and welcome to Roadmap 2019, where we talk to the major players in Nigeria's journey to the 2019 elections. I am Ladi Akiridoluale. Thanks for being with us. On today's edition, my guest says the Southeast geopolitical zone, where he was a state governor, has received a fair share of infrastructural projects from the federal government. My guest also says there is still some way to go before a new minimum wage can be implemented in Nigeria, while he also insists that government has done a lot to curb unemployment, but that concerted efforts must continue because of the country's population. Please join us as we speak to Nigeria's Minister of Labor and Productivity, Senator Chris Ngige. Dr. Ngige, thank you for your time. Welcome to Roadmap 2019.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Now, in 2015, the APC, your party, was not very popular in the Southeast. But now it has been in power for over 3 years. And you, amongst other representatives of the Southeast, have been in government. How do you think the Southeast has fared in the last 3 years plus that APC has been in government? Is it still a question of the 5% of 2015, or is it that the Southeast has benefited more than one would have expected it to benefit, given what transpired in 2015?
Yeah, it depends on how you want to look at it, your perspective. If you look at it from the elite perspective, you will be in the category of those who are shouting marginalization, marginalization. Why? Because the elites consider in the main things that affect them. Appointments, whether it's appointment as heads of parastatals, ministries, departments of government, and other agencies of government. That's what they consider. They also consider what goes into their pocket, the main. A lot of them are businessmen.
Contractors.
They are talking about contracts. They are talking about invisible earnings, cheap money. So, if you belong to that category, you would say that you are marginalized. But if you are one of those who want things done on a general basis, populist basis, for the masses, things that benefit everybody, you won't talk about marginalization with what has happened in the Southeast since 2015. That this as the administration came into power to date. Why do I say so? I say so because when we came into power, our flag bearer, President Buhari, 3 cardinal issues he said I will focus on. First, I will focus on security of lives and property. I will focus on corruption. I will look at the economy. I will manage the economy. And in managing the economy, you can divide it into 3. You talk about the infrastructure, rural development. You talk about social programs, employment, and jobs. And you then also look at are people able to eat? Feeding, food security. It's a major part of the economy. So, let's come to the Southeast. In the Southeast, like Chief Lai Mohammed read that the other day, we have construction going on in about 96 roads. And somebody called me when the roads were released and said, some of those roads were awarded by the Jonathan administration. Yes, they were awarded by Jonathan administration, but work stopped. They were awarded. Some people were not mobilized. Some people who were mobilized stopped work. Some were abandoned. And the cardinal thing is that we say we are going to continue from where we met this administration, because government is continuing. So we resuscitated all those projects that were dead. We paid off the money that were owed contractors. Some of them what we are doing, the bonds and promissory notes that we sent to National Assembly to pay contractors' debts. And some of them we paid cash through direct budgetary provisions. Power Works and Housing have taken the large chunk of our capital budgets since this administration came in. When we came in, the Ministry of Works and Housing had a 200 million budget, capital. And of course, I'm sorry, I was a member of the National Assembly that approved that budget in 2015. And it's like it was a joke, it's a huge joke. But today, the Ministry of Works and Housing, if you go and look at their budget, 600 billion, out of which about 400 is for road infrastructure. So, if you're from the southeast, we are getting our good share.
Then where did your compatriots, and I use the word your compatriots when I'm referring to the southeast governors, the current southeast governors, get the information when they say that the southeast has not been treated fairly?
No. I've read through their report. It's a 2017 report. 2017 survey, early survey, that they are now pushing forward. I mean, the projects that Chief Lai Mohammed referred to did not include all the erosion jobs being done. There is a direct intervention by Mr. President through the Ecological Fund Office. And at every session of the award, the Southeast is benefiting. At least I know Anambra, my home state, have benefited about 3 times. And the jobs are going. We are commissioning them. Recently, Gerard Dambaza was in my area and commissioned 2. Some other person has commissioned the one of Inoko erosion control. And as we speak now, the Sukuk bond projects, you have Enugu Lobanta, which is stage 1, phase 1 of the Enugu Port Harcourt, Arterial Road, Federal Road, Trunk A Road. You have Lobanta to Umuahia in Abia State. Yeah. You have Umuahia to Aba, rail crossing in Abia State. Then you have Aba into Port Harcourt, an almost impassable road that have been forgotten in the last 15 years. They are all being done now by the Chinese companies. And it's a big construction axis site. Big. It's only the drains that have made the work to abate. Yes, to slow down. But even at that, you also see the contractors doing some drain works, drainages, which are things that you can manage to do in the rainy season. You also have the 9-mile Enugu into Anambra border. RCC is doing that. Big work going on with drains, big drains that can swallow you when you go into them. Asphalt is thick, nearly 1 foot, with the binder course. By the way, I used RCC in Anambra State. The roads they built for me in Anambra State are still standing. 14 years after. And my roads were 8 inches thickness of asphalt. Yes. So you can see what the South is getting. You have Oba, Newi, Oga, Arondizo, Okigwe. is ongoing, 2 sections. If you go from Nnewi axis, you will see it. You go to Owerri, you will see Owerri Umuahia going on. You will see Owerri Port Harcourt, Arab contractors going on. You also see Owerri Aba. You go to Enugu State, you will see again work on the roads that are like spurs out from the Enugu Onitsha, entering Umumba and Owa and Umezi and the rest of them all. You go to Nsukka axis, you also see some rehabilitation work. And let me also tell you, a lot of work done by state governments on federal roads are indirectly our construction.
How?
Because we're paying back. We're reimbursing them.
Okay.
I did a lot of federal roads in Anambra, and my successor, Governor Obi, got refunds for them. So today we are paying back refunds. You have seen that 488 billion was allocated to that after our vetting at the Federal Executive Council and bringing it forward for Ministry of Finance to do the necessary processing into promissory notes and the bonds. And the National Assembly has just approved them. So these roads, these federal roads, done by Ebonyi, on the federal roads that passes through there, done by Enugu, done by Anambra, done by Imo, indirectly federal road concentration. I think the Southeast got about, I think 90-something billion from it. So it is still federal money injected into the Southeast.